Okay, so back with another video with this Osmo Pocket 3. This is my second video of it. I'm actually kind of ashamed because I should be shooting a lot more with this thing. The whole point of this thing is to vlog with it, right? So yeah, let's vlog a little bit. So I'm in the parking lot, let my car charge a little bit, and I gotta say, I'm still getting used to this thing. Look at this. I came out directly into the sun on purpose to try this this auto feature with the automatic white balance and all of that jazz, and it works okay if you just don't really want to deal with doing any editing after the fact. But with me, I like to edit, and this is kind of throwing me off a little bit like that, which is why I'm ashamed. I should have been shooting with this a hell of a lot more than what I'm shooting, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. And I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that, seriously. So I found a better spot, so I'm not over here trying to fight the sun, because I really don't like that. It gets really harsh over there. But this video is not really about this Pocket for the most part. It's about content creation. And to be honest, like a lot of people, I thought about being a content creator and just dropping everything and doing that. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, being a content creator is hard. It's hard. Even doing this right now, there's nobody around. There's nobody around, and I'm nervous, and nobody's even looking at me. I mean, the occasional car in this parking lot is gonna pop up, sure, but nobody's here. Why am I feel more comfortable when I'm in my office, when like literally I can shut the door and be by myself. But this, you're out in the open. You're exposed like a nerve. If you caught that reference, you know what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of people that don't spend the time in content creating, they automatically assume all you're doing is pulling the camera out and hitting the record button. And to start off, essentially that's what it is, but it takes a lot more than that. From what I'm finding out, it takes consistency, which is probably the number one thing. Aside from getting a camera and a microphone, you really don't have to do too much to get started. You don't have to use this Pocket 3 that I'm using right now or buy any expensive cameras. You pretty much already have a camera in your phone. Yeah, you have a camera on your phone that's in your pocket. So you really can be a content creator right now. And hell, you're probably watching me on your phone right now anyways. So being a content creator, well, starting it is easy. It's sticking with it that's the hard part, and getting real comfortable talking in front of the camera. That is the part where people really struggle with, and that's where I'm struggling with. Now, talking in front of the camera is not that big a deal. I've done it. I got a bunch of videos on this channel that show me doing that. It's just that being consistent is kind of my problem. I still haven't developed a system yet, but what helps me is watching other people post videos up, and you have a lot of content creators that are consistent as hell, sometimes too consistent. Sometimes you see these guys and these ladies post several times a day. You know, this is when the batch content creation comes in, batch video making, batch photo taking, and you just schedule your post out through the week. That's probably what they're doing. They're probably taking a whole 1 or 2 days, or maybe even 3 days, filming a bunch of stuff, then another couple of days editing, or they'll just hire an editor. I don't hire an editor. I have an editor. I don't have an editor. I am the editor. I edit all my own stuff, whether it's really simple and rudimentary, or it can become real complex real quick. But when it comes to YouTube and these types of vlogs, I don't think they need to be crazy edits and crazy transitions and things like that. Although they do make the video interesting, I know for me personally, well, actually, no, I do pay attention to that type of stuff because I make videos, so maybe a little bit different. But I'm wondering if the person who doesn't make videos, who doesn't shoot anything, who doesn't edit anything, does that person actually pay attention to all the crazy edits and the crazy effects? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I know for me, outside of checking the videos out for their artistic approach and how they were shot, seeing what equipment they've been using, I don't even watch it. I just put it on and listen to it. So it's a little bit different. I'm kind of a hybrid watcher and listener type of thing. I'll let the video play in the background while I'm doing something totally unrelated, and I'm just listening to it. So at that point, is the content creation with a bunch of crazy effects and crazy transitions, is that really necessary at that point? But then you have some people who love to watch it. They don't want to just listen to it. You never know. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, do it what makes you feel best as far as what kind of content you're going to be making, what kind of content, what type of edit your content is going to have, what kind of transitions you're going to have, how crazy crisp the picture quality is. I think on YouTube it really doesn't matter. It depends on the content creator how expensive your footage looks, because I have content creators that I watch, they have hella followers and a whole lot of numbers, a whole lot of views and watch time, and I know for a fact they're not using any kind of special equipment. They just got their iPhone or their whatever smartphone they're using with their camera, and they're just pressing record. They don't do any color correction, none of that. Although I'm going to be doing some color correction because this is in D-Log, and I don't like the washed out look. I mean, the whole point of the washed out look is so you can color it yourself. And that's exactly what I'm intending to do. Me personally, that's my personal thing. Some people just leave it on auto. Like this pocket right here, you can leave this on auto and you're good to go. No worries. And call it a day. But I'm not doing that. That's just my style. But anyway, moving on. So this is the third attempt to try to record this portion of the video, and what I was trying to say was that when you're trying to be consistent and trying to make content, especially vlogging content, you kind of you got to be okay with people taking a look at you while you're recording. If you've been doing some of this research and looking at videos regarding vlogging, I'm pretty sure they may have mentioned that. I know I've watched videos where people have mentioned it, and you really do have to be okay with people taking a look at you while you're holding this or holding a camera. Now it's easier now because of this pocket camera and like an Action Pro or a GoPro camera. And with those types of cameras, they're really low profile. They can come off as they actually can be smaller than your phone. But most of the time when you're in a place that doesn't like people filming or anything like that, if you're coming there with a big full frame camera and a big gimbal attached to a gimbal and a microphone on top of it, they're gonna stop you. But when you got something like this that can fit in your pocket and a small mic, hell, I don't even need this mic, but I have it because it's really windy right now, if you can tell. I'm glad I got this furry dead cat on my microphone so it can block out some of the wind. I don't even have like a pair of headphones where I can actually see if this is really coming off good or not. I'm hoping it is, and if it is, cool. If not, I guess I'll be re-recording this video. But yeah, being consistent though, especially with vlogging, you gotta be, again, okay with being out in places like this and being stared at. But a lot of people let that kind of dictate how often they shoot, or they're always shooting a place where there's just no one around. Sometimes when it comes to vlogging, you're just not gonna have the grace of being by yourself, so you have to be okay with someone walking in the background, someone passing by. Me, I just had a lady over there in the front of the hotel kind of just staring at me just kind of just looking like she wanted to get in the vlog or something like that. I almost said, hey, do you want to come in? Do you want to say hello? But she's gone now. But it was kind of funny at first because she threw me off a little bit. Then a lady walked back behind me when I was trying to record this on the other side of the street. A lady walked behind me. This wasn't even recording at the time, but she walked behind me and it threw me off. It kind of like made me a little, just like those birds fighting, throw me off a little like that. So you kind of have to work on getting the nervousness out of your system and being able to talk to the camera like I'm talking to the camera right now, and be able to just block all of that out. That's really part of vlogging, and which a lot of creators don't always talk about. They'll just say, you just got to be okay with it. They don't use the words, you got to block it out. You really do got to block out. Just like the anxiety that you may have before giving a speech in front of people, you got to find that area of zen before you actually go out and present your speech to however many people. It could be 100 people, 50 people, it could be 20,000 people. But you got to find that area of zen so you can get through it. Just like finding an area of zen, which I didn't do before actually starting the recording of this video. I just jumped into it. Sometimes that works, a lot of times it does not. So yeah, don't let these content creators fool you. I'm telling you, they're finding a place of zen before they pull this camera out and they hit the record button. Especially when you're holding a microphone like this, it makes you feel like you're like a newscaster or something like that. But today is a really good day. I wasn't even planning on shooting anything today, but it just hit me that being consistent. Like you really got to be consistent with this. I keep saying it, but you really do got to be consistent with this, with vlogging. I'm gonna try to be, yeah. And if you can't tell, I don't know what it is. I'm a little jittery today. This is not like me. I don't like it. I guess I gotta follow my own advice and find that place of zen, which I didn't do, and be comfortable getting through it and toughen it out. Yeah, and to be honest, a lot of people aren't, like those people over there, they're not even paying attention. Sometimes you may think somebody's paying attention to you, and they actually aren't. They are just walking by, minding their business. You know what I don't really understand? I don't understand why you had some content creators try to, they said that vlogging was dead. And maybe for a time it was, when people started really getting into really higher quality video. And usually when you're talking about vlogging isn't always associated with high quality video. You pull your phone out, pull your camera out quick. You're not really trying to get the best settings or whatnot. You just pull it out and start going to work. Until we got tools like this Pocket 3 and other tools, the action cameras and things like that. And honestly, I think that's the reason why vlogging may have started a bit of a resurgence. Because I started out vlogging too, and I had a regular point and shoot. Didn't have much to talk about, kind of scatterbrained, kind of like what I am right now. But I think these, when you don't have a script in front of you, you're just talking off the top or speaking from the heart, I think it becomes more authentic. But for a while, content creators, the big ones, would say that vlogging is dead and you need to find a new thing, a new niche. Even when they were talking like that before, I never really bought that. I said, okay, well, if vlogging isn't your thing, content creator, big guy, maybe it's not. Oh man, gotta cross the street. Maybe it's not their thing, but maybe it's somebody else's. Maybe that's the best way for some people to get into producing content. And why would you, as a big time content creator, tell somebody, oh no, don't do that, that's not gonna work and whatnot? And I just never understood that whole idea. Kind of telling someone that, this particular style of content creation is no longer in favor. I think we're at a point now where all types of content creation is now in favor. There's too many people creating content. There's too many talking heads. There's too many review channels, tech channels, car channels. I don't think there's any niche under the sun that hasn't been tried yet. And I think vlogging, for some people, is just the easier way of doing things. It's less editing. You get to speak from the heart, off the top, and you don't have to worry about, you're just giving the person you. And what greater niche is there than you as yourself? No one can be you. And if vlogging's it for you, then do vlogging. Now, what I have begun to see is a lot of content creators kind of mixing in a bunch of different niches all in one channel, which has always been my kind of thing. I'll do a review, a movie review, I'll do a tech review, I'll do a vlog, a little story here and there, whatever, some reels. And I'm starting to see a lot of channels behave like that. And I actually kind of think that's dope, because you get a little bit of everything. I mean, not everything. You can't be a jack of all trades, not in this business. But if you have a few different niches that you can work with, whether you can vlog, you can review a channel, be a review channel, be a vlog channel, be a car channel, you could do it all in one. Some people like to separate it, but I find it a little bit easier to kind of have one channel to do these types of things in. But yeah, man, I don't think vlogging's going anywhere. I think we're in a time now where everything is available. Everything can be tried. Everything can be done off one channel. And I think that's dope. I think that's cool, because for a while, even for me, like, it's the reason why I stopped making any content for a while. I stopped making anything because it was always the talk of, you need a niche. You need to have one niche and stick to that, and that's what your people are coming back for, and constantly. It's like, I don't think that's the case anymore. I think now is the time to do anything that you feel like, whatever comes to mind. Now, granted, there will be some topics that some channels where one topic does make sense. Like if you're a political channel, it doesn't make any sense to have a video or two of you just doing what I'm doing right now. What makes sense is you to be in your studio talking about the news. That makes sense. But I think for me right now, it's not like that. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there right now because this pocket's kind of giving me a little bit of trouble. It keeps moving. I thought I changed this setting. Hold on, can I do it off the thing? Oh, there it is. You see, I'm learning so much about this thing, man. It's crazy. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm out of here. See you guys later.